In today's video, we'll talk about cordless drill basics, which will include covering their main parts, features, and drilling techniques. The main parts of the cordless drill are the battery pack, the outer housing, trigger, reverse switch, motor, and chuck, which includes the jaws. The most common sizes of cordless drills are 3/8 and 1/2 inch. These dimensions are referring to how wide the jaws open up to accept a bit. Almost all cordless drills have what is known as a keyless chuck, meaning that you don't need one of these to tighten the chuck. You can simply do it by hand. In most cases, a 3/8 drill is perfect for the beginner, but if you can afford it, I would buy a higher quality drill that includes a lithium-ion battery. Most drills come with two main features, the gear selector switch and torque control. The gear selector switch allows you to have control over how fast the drill spins. Number 1 sets the drill at the lowest speed, and number 2 at the highest speed. Why is that important? Well, it gives you more control over specific tasks. For instance, if you're drilling holes, more times than not, having a higher bit speed is ideal. But on the other hand, if you're installing screws that are small and require a little bit more caution, having a lower bit speed would be more ideal. To give you even more control, you can adjust the torque, which affects the overall amount of force that the drill exerts on the screw or the bit. For example, when drilling holes, set the torque control to the drill setting. This gives you as much torque as the drill can provide without slipping the clutch. But if you were to use that same setting for screws, the drill could drive the screws too deep, especially if you weren't paying attention and controlling the trigger properly. This time, if you adjust the torque to a lower setting like an 8, the drill will only provide that level of torque before slipping the clutch and stopping the screw from sinking any further. You can see how this would be helpful for setting screws at a specific depth in different types of materials. There are countless drill and bit accessory options out there, which we'll get into in another video, but let's finish this video out by talking about a few techniques. First up is the techniques used to install and remove bits. For this particular drill, you can simply insert the bit, then rotate the chuck clockwise to tighten the jaws around the bit. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, as long as the drill is facing you. The other option is to insert the bit. Now this time, hold the chuck with one hand while at the same time pulling the trigger. Just make sure that the drill's direction is in the forward position. Then when you want to remove the bit, you simply reverse the direction of the drill and out the bit comes. Moving on to techniques for drilling holes, the first thing you want to do is always work with sharp bits. Dull bits will drive you crazy and ultimately make your projects turn out poorly. Number 2 is apply enough pressure to keep the bit cutting, but never too much where you risk breaking the bit, and never too little because you can dull the bit. Third, do your best to stay at a right angle to the work so that your hole is straight. And in some cases, when drilling deep holes, take the time to withdraw the bit to clear out the shavings. Lastly, when you're looking for a clean exit, clamp a scrap piece of material under your work. This will dramatically reduce the amount of splintering as the bit exits the work. To learn even more techniques like pre-drilling or countersinking, follow the links below in the notes section. And if you're not already a Training Hands subscriber, please consider doing it right now. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.